my name is Elizabeth. Today I'm going to teach my friend Gabby how to sign her name in American Sign Language. Something you should know about Gabby before we get started is that she is 22 years old and she had an autoimmune disease that caused her to be hard of hearing in both ears. So, although it is later in life, it's important to teach Gabby sign language so that she can communicate with others, and this will help integrate her into part of the deaf community. What is your name?
Gabby. Don't know. Gabby.
My name, Elizabeeth.
Elizabeth.
Nice to meet you. Gabby hasn't learned much sign language yet, so for the purposes of teaching her, I'm going to be using my notepad to write things down because it is also very hard to lip read. That is definitely an acquired skill that much of the deaf community utilizes, but that comes with practice. So because Gabby just lost her hearing, it's not a skill she has acquired just yet. I have my sheet that has the American Sign Language alphabet spelled out. Before you learn how to sign with specific signs, it is important to learn the alphabet just to help you get the basics. American Sign Language. Do you want to learn?
Yes.
Okay. Gabby, you look at the chart. We're going to go through the alphabet. The A, B, C's. Are you ready? So, we are going to practice. A, B, C, D. You go. Do these four letters. Your turn.
A,
B,
C, D.
Good job. Now we're going to start here. See, this is a really hard skill to learn, and I can tell that my friend Gabby is getting a little frustrated. So I'm going to write down, I don't know why she's laughing.
What's so funny? Hard. It's hard.
It's hard. I'm going to tell her.
Thank you.
You're doing great. So, E. These four. Your turn.
Again.
Okay. Good job. My bad. Gabby's doing a great job.
Oh.
Last two. That was a lot to learn, so we're going to ask Gabby if she needs a break. Do you need a break?
Yes.
We're going to take a few-minute break so that Gabby can think about everything that we just went over because it was a lot. Before I met with Gabby today, I also spoke to her family and I learned a little bit about her. She is a student at FGCU and she has a dog named Jaxie. So, today, in our session, to make this activity a bit more functional, we are going to teach Gabby how to sign some sentences that she could use when she meets new people in the deaf community. So, in deaf community, it's very important to have that strong sense of identity and identifying yourself as a deaf person. This is something Gabby might be struggling with because she is newly deaf. So I'm going to teach her how to sign the word deaf community. Good. So, next we are going to say, how I said in the intro, my name is Elizabeth. We're going to teach Gabby how to sign what her name is when she meets new people. First, I'm going to write it because that is the easiest form of communication in terms of teaching today. Now, I have it written down on my paper earlier. Gabby told me her name is spelled Gabby. This should be an easy transition because we previously learned the whole alphabet. Another thing that I forgot to teach Gabby, when she is signing a double letter such as BBY, you can say GABBY. You can also say GAB, and then you're going to slide the letter Y, because you have two B's in your name. Exactly. This is a lot easier of a teaching activity because Gabby does not have a cognitive impairment, so she is able to pick up on things rather quickly. That may be difficult for someone who, say, lost their hearing in a traumatic brain injury because their cognition may be impaired as well. The next thing we're going to teach Gabby how to sign is to say, I go to FGCU, which is her school. I go to FGCU. Again, we already learned the alphabet. So I go to F Good job. I oftentimes, when I was learning sign language, I would get confused between D and F, so I'm going to teach Gabby a trick that will help her remember. D is deaf. So D for deaf, deaf. D. D with one finger. F, three fingers. D, F. Now, in this case, because our communication is very limited, having this handout is vital for teaching because it really expedites the process. I can point to a letter rather than always having to write it out per se. The next thing we're going to teach Gabby is how to sign that she has a dog, because according to her parents, Gabby recently got a puppy and she's very proud of it, so she wants to be able to tell her neighbors her dog's name in the neighborhood. So I'm writing, my dog's name is, you write it, Jaxie. My dog. The sign for dog is funny because it's like you are calling a dog. Dog. This is another one of those times where we're going to take a quick break because Gabby has really learned a lot in a very short amount of time. And I wouldn't normally do a sign language session that's longer than 20 minutes because there's only so much that your brain can really process at one time. So this is probably the last thing we are going to learn for today. She can also use her handout for reference. Good job. So, just to recap everything that we did today, I met with my friend Gabby, who is hearing impaired. She is a member in the deaf community. I referenced her with this handout that she can also take home with her to look at how to use sign language. We went over a few important sentences that she can use according to her personal lifestyle and what has been reported by her family. She learned today how to sign her name, so 1, 2, what school, FGCU, 3, your dog's name. I'm going to ask Gabby if she has any questions for me. Remember, Gabby is able to vocalize, although she tends to not, because in the community, if she were to speak, people would assume that she would be able to hear their response, and that's why sign language is a very critical educational background to have.
No questions.
No questions. So that's all today. I'm going to tell Gabby it was nice to meet you. Tell her it was nice to meet